1 year ago is when I consider that I really started running. October 2022. And no, I'm not trying to say that before this time I didn't know what running was. Of course I did. I thought I had a pretty active regime. 3 times a week, I would estimate 15 to 20 kilometers, although I didn't count mileage at the time. But this is the point in which I started to learn what it meant to run like all the time. Oh, I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm average top sleep, by the way. So October 2022 is when I joined a running group and my life changed forever. Some of these runners, they ran 5, 6, 7 times a week and they would always count their mileage. Oh, I run 50 kilometers a week or 85 kilometers a week or 1 million kilometers a week. They entered regular events and they did multiple marathons in a year. And I thought, what is this crazy, beautiful world? Me joining this group became a catalyst for a pretty special journey on which I'm still on. This last 12 months has been amazing and I wanted to share with you some of the highlights, what I've learned, how I've changed as a runner, what I attribute to my improvement. And I really hope that you can take something from my journey over the last 12 months that's applicable to your journey. And I always have to add, blah, blah, subscribe if you can, it would be great, I would really appreciate it. So this is how I improved in 1 year of running. Should I sing that? Definitely. So my first group session was Track Tuesday. Intervals on a grass track at 5 a.m. It was exhilarating. I'm not even joking. I love it. I love running fast. So I had some of the speed, but I didn't have the endurance to keep up with the others. And they said, "It's easy. Come join Sunday Long Run. You'll build endurance in no time." I had no idea what it is. And I said, "Okay, that sounds great. How far do you guys run?" And they said, "Well, we're in a marathon training block, so 30 kilometers." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I put the long runs off, naturally. But I hit that track every Tuesday morning and I started to build that speed. At the same time, I joined the group for hill sessions on a Thursday. Loops and loops of hills, heart rate through the roof, sweating like a maniac. But over time, I could tell it was working. Hills slowly became a little easier. And on Saturdays, here's one part of my regime that I never changed. I did parkrun. It's a staple. But what did change was my time in the 5K. It just started dropping. And I think it was all the speed work on the track. So by the next lap around the sun, what you guys call on the Gregorian calendar, the new year, I had decided a couple of things. One, I definitely wanted to enter some events. And two, I want one of those events to be Le Marathon. Now, naturally, to complement both these goals, I reluctantly signed up to the old Sunday long run. I started with 16 kilometers, then built it to 18, 21. And soon I was doing 25 kilometers on a Sunday morning. Then I did it. I entered my first race of the year. Early February, a 10K at the home stadium of a local AFL club. It's a windy course, hot Australian afternoon sun at twilight, a buzzing atmosphere. I immediately loved racing. I had no idea what to expect in the actual race. I just went for it, gung-ho, and I ended up getting a PB. I finished in 4th in the race, which was a pretty cool feeling until I realized that the top 3 get to go on stage and they get a little gift. But a lot of people from my running group were there and they'd never seen me race before, and that was exciting, that support and that love. And I got a PB, so I put it down to a success. Now, by this stage of my journey, I'm running about 60 kilometers per week. Yeah, I count my mileage now. I'm getting faster on the track. I'm getting stronger up the hills. I'm getting quicker at parkrun, and I'm running longer and longer on a Sunday morning. In fact, I'm running so much that I'm hungry all the time. So I must tune in to the world of nutrition. I learned to eat before long run, drink coffee for performance, carb load. I learned about electrolytes, about taking salt tablets, gooey gels, water mixed with electrolyte jelly. I've always eaten well, but now I'm eating more consciously, more purposefully. So my running group say to me, they say, "Why don't you have any running gear?" And I look down at my one pair of joggers, my trusty Kmart short, and my comfy cotton t-shirt. And I say, What do you mean gear? And they convinced me slowly that you probably shouldn't run thousands of kilometers in the same pair of running shoes. And you can even buy different, faster shoes for racing. That you get more movement in shorts designed for running. Admittedly, their convincing has had a little impact on me. But I still wear my cotton socks, and I still wear my basketball singlets. I'm still me. I also start something a little crazy. I'm Average Dom Slim. You might know me from your local park run, or potentially patrolling on your local beach. Yeah, I start this channel because I want to record my journey and I want to share it with others who might find it interesting, maybe even inspiring, or in some cases, God forbid, a little humorous. Now, part of me thought, look, it could detract from my running, but it did the opposite. I've never been more focused or more motivated.
Sorry, can I pause here for just 1 second just to say that yes, I'm wearing a vintage Weet-Bix t-shirt. I actually won this in a competition. I had to prove that I was one of Australia's biggest Weet-Bix kids, and I wrote a poem.
So by now, I'm in a full-blown marathon training block, running plus side of 90 kilometers a week. And I think to myself, I like this sub 3 hour marathon goal. It's neat. It sounds good.
Because I want to be in the sub 3 hour marathon category.
So now, suddenly, I'm training for a sub 3 hour marathon. And during my marathon training block, I enter more events along the way. And I'm doing all right.
Yo, Seven!
So I keep learning, I keep sharing what I learn, and then I keep looking for more things to learn. How to race better, how to taper for races, how to build mileage, how to set new goals. And I'm getting PBs at nearly every event that I enter. And the big one is coming, the marathon. And then I get injured.
Deload, stop running for a little bit until it starts feeling better. Voltaren, knee stretches, and I've also been doing stuff to strengthen.
But really, that's just learning too. What did I do wrong? Why did I get injured? Oh, I built up too quick. My first week doing 120 kilometers and poor hip and ankle mobility. These might all be contributing factors, so I lean into stretching and mobility. I also learn what it feels like to think all that training has gone to waste, and then learn that it never really goes to waste. And in any case, I do make it to the marathon. And what an experience that was. To start in the priority zone with the elite athletes, to be supported by incredible family and friends.
Go Tommy! Go Tommy!
Go, Tommy!
Go, Tom! Go, Tom! You are nailing this!
To feel such a high, and then so much pain and cramping in the legs, and still the greatest burning desire to push through and finish the race. And the feeling of hitting your goals and still coming out the other side a bit disappointed.
I am happy in a way, but it just wasn't the race that I wanted. I can't help but feel that I let people down a little.
Now, physically, it takes me a really long time to recover after the marathon, and mentally, I'm still processing my performance and the result. But I don't have too much time because I've already signed up to another marathon. So there's no time to dilly-dally. I run on the sand and on the trails to prepare for the red dirt of the Australian outback, and somehow I end up winning a marathon.
Australian Outback Marathon winner!
And so after 2 gargantuan races, I go on holiday. And while I'm on holiday, I just run for the thrill of it. It's been a while since I ran, just for pure joy.
Oh man, this is a beautiful run. Oh, and it's just me out here. It's such a quiet trail. Is that crazy cool or what?
Then I put the joy aside and I entered a trail race at really high altitude. And it absolutely wipes me out. Put in probably my worst performance of the year and somehow still come out with a win. So that's confusing. And then I return home. I'm fit, a bit battered, but ready to rebuild and go again. And now with some coaching support, some expertise, my regime becomes a little more refined. 2 hard sessions a week, park run, always a park run, a long run, and a bunch of easy runs. 70 kilometers, building up to 100. Tighten up my cross training to complement my running, mostly. Leg sessions with plyometrics and core work, an upper body session just for me, and a weekly swim. And I keep hitting my goals and reaching new heights or lows. Like the result is high, but the time is low. I feel like I've come far in the last 12 months. It's been transformative. Questions asked, questions answered, answers questioned, some questions unanswered. Like, when does everyone, like, particularly us girlies with the long hair, when do y'all wash your hair? Because like every time I go to wash my hair, I need to run again like 6 minutes later and it gets all sweaty and disgusting. So any tips would be really appreciated in the comment. Seriously though, what a year it's been. 3,000 kilometers run, 38 park runs done, 8 events, 2 of which were marathons. RMPBs in the 5K, 10K, 15K, half marathon. I ate hundreds of Weet-Bix and dozens more of those like electrolyte jellies than I could ever imagine. I bought at least 5 pairs of running shoes and I made like 32 YouTube videos. And now I have like 400 followers and like 4,000 Instagram followers, or one of them school subscribers. Really appreciate every one of you. I love running. I can't wait to see what happens in the next 12 months. All I can say is I can give you this guarantee. I'm gonna run more, I'm gonna run faster, and I'm gonna run better. And I'm gonna share it with you. Join me on this journey. Let's do it together. Subscribe now. I'm Average Tom Slim. I'll see you next week.